First for the Edina Vs Blaine. Defense, freshman number 21, Caitlin Ron. Defense, senior number 23, Lauren Christie. Left wing, senior number 18, Randy Terrence. Center, junior number 19, Kayla Leasy. Right wing, sophomore number 25, Brielle Fussy. In goal, 8th grade, number 33, Haley Hansen. Middle coach, Steve Geider, Tom McElroy, Steve Brunowski. Now for the home team, the Edina Rams. Defense, freshman number 22, Vivian Jumbo. Defense, sophomore number 7, Lily Henderson. Senior number 4, Olivia Wayne. Center, senior number 11, Annie Keel.
Welcome back to Braemar Arena as we are now all set to get underway. Andy Keel will take the face-off for Edina as it's controlled by the Hornets. Vivian Jungles pokes it ahead off the near side boards. It's kept out in the neutral zone by Blaine. There's a puck battle along the penalty boards on the near side. 16:45 to go first period. No score from Braemar Arena between the Bengals and the Hornets as Bengals able to dump this one down into their zone. Strip Matter will leave it behind her own net for Jungles. Jungles will hand it up to Hendrickson. As Keel sends it down to Swaim on the near side. Swaim couldn't quite slow down the puck. Swaim with a shot saved by the goaltender Hansen. Haley Hansen, just an 8th grader, starting in goal, kind of getting thrown into the fire this afternoon, if you want to look at things that way. As Blaine able to drive this one down into the offensive zone, getting knocked off the puck. It's Lucy Bolby able to play it back out into the neutral zone. Blaine able to poke it back the other way. It's fighting along the far side boards as Brighton Fussy as there's a shot saved by Strip Matter and then swept out on the rebound. As Tella Jungles trying to poke that out into the neutral zone. Blaine, though, will set up there. The Bengals will be pushed back toward their own zone as it's sent down to the near side. Couldn't quite be handled by the Bengals. It's battled for on the near side as C.C. Bolby pokes it back up to the far side. Blaine controlling it deep in their own zone with Peyton Parent. As Kayla Stumo chases it around her own net. Then the far side corner. Still loose, the battle continuing up in that far side corner as the Hornets eventually come out with it back to Vivian Jungles at the point. He'll bank it off the far side boards. Reversing direction is Gwen Hendrickson. She'll play it back around to the near side. Able to be held in at the blue line by Dahl. She'll play it back over to the near side boards once again. He works his way down into the corner. Trickles back up toward the blue line, able to be held in by the Hornets and Dahl, but Blaine able to take it away, and will push it back through the neutral zone all the way down. And he'll go for an icing, and we'll have a face-off coming back deep in the Blaine zone. 14:50 to go in the first period. No score between Edina and Blaine. Edina suffering their second loss a couple weeks ago right after Christmas. It was the second of a 3-game stretch against Brack. It was a 4-2 decision here at Braemar. Rebounding the next day to beat the Maple Grove Crimson, though, 3-0. Puck down in the near side corner, now poked out toward the blue line. Dahl able to hold it in for Edina. Working her way through the middle and then sending up into the corner is Hendrickson. It'll work its way around the Bengals net once again. It'll be played behind there. Good play by the Hornets, keeping that puck tied up on the end wall. 14:20 to go, first period. No score between Edina and the Blaine Bengals. Way back down into the corner. Dahl able to hold it at the blue line. She'll kick it back up to Maxwell. Will take a shot that'll carry him off the end wall and work its way back around to the near side. Puck again being played down in the corner. Edina again able to hold it in at the blue line. That was Hendrickson who held it in, or Dahl rather, my apologies. Worked its way around the Bengal net once again. Edina will change their back half. Up in the far side corner is Annie Keel battling over there with Kylie Roberts as well, but the Bengals able to drive it into the offensive zone. There's a shot that's blocked out front as driving into the offensive zone was Kayla Blezzy. Chipped up the far side boards in front of the Edina bench. Bengals momentarily able to hold the zone, but now it is poked back out to neutral ice. Bengals will set up in the neutral zone. It's chipped in at the blue line. It'll work its way around by Stumo. It'll play its way back to the blue line, able to be held in by the Bengals. Long shot through traffic, saved by Strip Matter. It's winding up from the blue line with Peyton Parent as Edina brings it back out into the neutral zone. Carrying it back into their own defensive zone as Keel will reset in front of her own net. Harassed by a couple of Bengals, and the Bengals able to force an offensive zone turnover. Reversing direction is Maddie Andre. There's a shot saved by Strip Matter. An offensive zone face-off coming for Blaine. 12:37 to go in the first period. No score between Edina and the Blaine Bengals. It's Blaine getting a little bit of pushback here. They were spending quite a bit of time down in the Blaine defensive zone, but Edina didn't get any offensive opportunities there. As Jungles drives this one down into the offensive zone, but she has this one taken away from her. Blaine back the other way, gaining the offensive zone, but getting knocked off the puck by Vivian Jungles as Jungles slides into the board as Blezzy began her drive into the offensive zone. Bengals able to hold this zone, work its way around the net. Jungles will play it up into the corner, now reversing direction, playing it back down to the near side. It'll work its way around. Trying to push it up ahead is Tella Jungles. It works its way back into the neutral zone. Edina will play it now in front of their own net. Pass down to the near side. Might have caught the Bengals in a line change as Tella Jungles works her way into the offensive zone, then dumps it in deep, and Edina will change. Puck loose in the corner. Comes out to Jungles, who will take a shot. That's saved by Hansen. Comes back out to the near side circle. Edina able to poke that one away. It works its way back up into the corner. Held in at the blue line by Kelly Collins. As Annie Keel getting tied up in the corner. Keel trying to poke this one ahead, as joining the fray up there as well is Gwen Hendrickson. Battle continuing on the far side boards as it comes out to the point, and Collins will send this one around. Loose it's out front, and just sending that one wide are the Hornets. As Jungles will play it up in the corner. They'll send all the way back down into the Edina zone, where Collins back to get it. She'll send this one out to neutral ice. And then played down to the near side where Jungles tips it in, and Edina will change all 5 skaters. 10.5 minutes to go, first period. No score between Edina and Blaine. As Hendrickson trying to send this one back the other direction for Edina. Blaine will set up in their own zone. Now they'll play this one off the far side boards. Trying to knock this one down is Andre. Into the offensive zone, having a shot blocked, but then getting it back. Trying to drive her way around is Fussy. Fussy getting tied up in the far side corner. Goes back out to the point. Blaine able to hold the zone. Shot through traffic is blocked. Sent back out into the neutral zone. As Blaine dumps it in deep, and Edina with Dahl will set up behind their own net. Going ahead for Swaim. Swaim's pass tipped. Edina, though, maintaining possession as Hendrickson retreats. Circle sends it down to the near side. Swaim on the near side boards. Dumps it in deep. As Keel ends up with it behind the net. Keel kicking it back out to Dahl up high. Dahl's shot through traffic is blocked. Turnaround shot covered up by Hansen. We'll have a face-off in the Blaine zone. 9:30 to go in the first period. No score between Edina and the Bengals. If the Hornets can take the turn to push back a little bit after Blaine got a little bit of that offensive momentum, but here come the Bengals into the offensive zone with speed. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Save with the glove by Strittmatter. Then she dropped it and has to dive on it. A little bit of meet you at the goaltender out front. It was Danny Brunette who let that shot go. And with the one engaged in a little pushing and shoving after the play. Offensive zone face-off for the Bengals. 9:20 to go here in the first period. Still no score. Edina pushes the face-off up into the corner. It's played around to Maxwell. Maxwell on the near side, brings it up in front of the penalty box area, plays this one around in deep. Hansen out of her net to slow it down there. Maybe a little bit of a dangerous play as the Hornets converged on it as it moves up to the far side boards. Trickles out of the corner, works its way down to the near side. As Jungle speeds her way around the net. Trying to set up on the near side. It's still loose. Now it's poked back out toward the neutral zone. Blaine will come back the other way with it. This one dumped in deep as the Blaine players were cut off at the blue line. Jungles will send this one into the neutral zone. Tella Jungles knocks it down on the pass from Vivian, but Blaine able to regain possession. Will bring it into the offensive zone. And a good job by Blaine to just keep fighting with those sticks, trying to make something happen. Edina eventually able to force it back out into the neutral zone. Now they'll push it back in deep. And if the Bengals poke it back the other way, it works its way back out into the neutral zone as Collins in front of her own net having a little trouble handling it. As Dahl plays it off the near side boards in front of Kylie Roberts. When tracking it down for the Bengals is Mojo Thompson. Thompson will trip and he heads into the offensive zone, and a penalty coming against Edina. Annie Keel will be called for the trip as Thompson tried to gain the offensive zone. Well, Blaine gets the first power play, 7:57 to go in the first period, no score. Offensive zone face-off for the Bengals. The Hornets able to push the face-off down to the near side. Burnett, my apologies, kicks it back up to the blue line. Back to Burnett on the near side. She gets it down low to Caitlin Ron as it's out front, and the Hornets able to clear it out. Blaine will play it all the way back in their own zone. 1:32 to go in the power play. 7:26 to go in the first period. No score. First power play of the game for either team. The Hornets controlling now in their own zone. Hendrickson will clear this one all the way down. Minute 12 to go in the power play as Hansen out of her net, having a little bit of trouble slowing it down, but eventually able to leave it for the Bengals attackers. The Bengals back the other way with speed into the offensive zone is Ramsey Parent, the player we talked about a little bit in the pregame. For the best offensive weapon on these Bengals, as Edina able to get another clear as this one sent all the way down. 50 seconds to go in the power play, 6:43 in the period. Edina looking to perhaps gain a little bit of shorthanded pressure. Blaine coming into this game has handled themselves quite well so far, a little bit of over 10 minutes now into the game. 6:24 to go. 26 seconds, my apologies, to go in the Bengal power play. Steaming her way into the offensive zone, but then losing control of the puck was Parent. Parent will kick it back out. The Bengals reset in the neutral zone as it banks off the near side boards into the offensive zone. A shot saved by Strittmatter, who will gather it in with the stick. Stick of Brielle Fussy. Offensive zone face-off for the Bengals coming. Just 5 seconds to go in their power play. 6:02 in the period. As Hendrickson still battling in the face-off circle for Edina. As the power play comes to an end, Edina back at full strength. Its way up into the far side corner. As Jane Keel just out of the penalty box into the offensive zone. Keel with a shot that was blocked. As the Bengals gain possession of it, try to gain the neutral zone, and they will. It's banked off the near side boards and dropped in by Fussy as Edina back to play it in their own zone. Maxwell, as Roberts had fallen down as this one deflects in, icing waved off. 5:22 to go in the first period. Still no score between the Bengals and the Hornets. The puck works its way along the far side boards in front of the benches. Sophia Dahl back to pick it up deep in her own zone. She pushes this one back into the neutral zone. Blaine battling high up in the neutral zone. As the Bengals will play it off the far side boards. And then dumped in deep by the Bengals. Caitlin Ron. It's coming out of there is Parent. Parent, there's a shot, they score! As Parent able to feed Fussy, and Britton Fussy puts Edina down 1-0. Edina finding themselves in an early hole here. 4:46 to go, first period. Brighton Fussy putting the Bengals up 1-0 in this tough road matchup. It'll work its way around to the near side. As Vivian jungles, since it's back the other way. As Collins, Jungles will end up back with it behind her own net. She'll circle. And Edina having some trouble exiting the zone. And this one, offensive zone turnover taken away by the Bengals. It works its way. It'll end up off the side of the net. And it's Fussy, who just had the goal down there, as well as a shot that's blocked, is working her way out into the middle again. That was Fussy again, who got around to the stick side of Strittmatter. As Jungles on the near side, gets tied up by Blezzy. Into the offensive zone is Keel trying to work her way through. And just missing on that shot as it goes through the blue and comes down to the near side. Push back deep into the Blaine zone. The Bengals circle. It's unable to hold on to that one with Blezzy. As Dahl plays it off the near side boards, and then CC Bowlby able to play it in deep to the Bengal zone. Works his way down into the near side corner. Comes out front where it's intercepted by the Bengals and brought back the other way. As Hendrickson down to the near side into the offensive zone. Taking a long shot is Jungles. It's loose out front, and Lucy Bowlby pokes it down to the near side. There's 3 minutes to go in the first period. 1-0 Bengals with the lead. The battle continuing in the near side corner. And the Bengals have done a good job winning a lot of those battles. They've won a lot of those races to the puck thus far. And pokes its way back down into the Edina zone. Dahl will circle the net with Parent close behind her, as Bowlby now plays it behind her net. It's a long pass out into the neutral zone that'll get by everybody. It'll work its way down into the Bengal zone. 2:16 to go first period. 1-0. The Bengals with the lead here on the road at Braemar Arena. And Edina controls in the neutral zone. Maxwell pushes this one up ahead toward Roberts. The Bengals sending it back the other direction. It'll work its way along in front of the bench area. Hornets into the offensive zone with Hendrickson. Hendrickson, though, got knocked off the puck as she thought about driving toward the net. 1:47 to go in the period. Bengals able to clear this one down all the way. There's an icing, and we'll have a face-off back deep in the Bengal zone. 1:36 to go in the first period. It's 1-0. Blaine with the lead. We have seen a game or two, though, that this season where the Hornets needed that first period to kind of find their footing against their opponent, in particular that game against Grand Rapids Greenway, where the Lightning went into the first intermission with that surprise advantage, but the Hornets able to rebound and win that game going away. We'll see how this one plays out. 1:22 to go in the first period. 1-0 Blaine. The Bengals controlling in their own zone. This one poked out toward the neutral zone. Chasing it down is Maxwell. Will play it off the near side board. It'll end up out of the reach of Hendrickson. Bengals able to dump it back in deep. It'll work its way behind the net. As Maxwell trying to send it back the other way. Eventually she will. As Mojo Thompson made things difficult, though. Under a minute to go here in the period. Edina into the offensive zone. Hendrickson trying to work her way around. As it comes out front, and Edina able to maintain the offensive zone. 40 seconds to go in the period. Trying to drive toward the net. It's loose out front. Still loose. It comes out toward Roberts. Roberts tried to go to the backhand, but couldn't get much on it. 30 seconds to go in the period. Pass out into the neutral zone, controlled by the Bengals. They're down into the offensive zone, though, where it's poked away as Collins controls behind her own net. He was battling there with Thompson. 13 seconds to go in the period as Keel gets it behind her to Davis. Davis, well, what a handle! She scores! Katie Davis adding to her team lead in goals with her 16th. What a move to get to the goaltender, and this game is tied at 1. Well, we talked about that Grand Rapids Greenway game a moment ago where the Lightning had the lead at the first intermission. Won't even have that going into the first intermission today if the Hornets able to get that goal with under 10 seconds to go. Davis with her 16th as we come to the end of the first period. And Edina weathering a tough matchup thus far with the Bengals. The Bengals got the first goal of the game and held the lead for the better part of the first period. But Davis able to tie it up for the Hornets with under 10 seconds to go. We're going to go to the first intermission here at Braemar. 1-1 between the Bengals and the Hornets. You're watching Edina Girls Hockey on mnhockey.tv.
Really, I've been in the mortgage banking business really ever since I got out of college, and it became really apparent to me early that, to me, I really want to work with my family and friends and just people that were close to me. So really, when we started Tradition back in '98, the whole business model was, really doing business with your friends and family and members of the community. So supporting youth athletics is just kind of a natural outflow of that. And certainly for me, I've been fortunate that I've been able to grow up playing sports, my entire, youth, high school, and college career. So to me, it's just fun to be able to continue to be involved. For me, it's just, again, feeling like you're a big part of the community. It's kind of moving forward a little bit. I've benefited from, being given the opportunity to play sports and do all the things I wanted to do when I was younger. So to be able to be in a position to contribute back is great. And Edina has been my home for the last 20 years. So especially youth activities and tournaments that are going on in Edina really is it's pretty special for me to be able to help out. From a community standpoint, I think certainly supporting the high school holiday tournament, it's great. There's a lot of history there. Growing up in Minnesota and playing high school sports, it was always really a special treat when we got to cross the river and come up and play Edina. Look forward to trying to beat them. Oftentimes we were unsuccessful. Every once in a while we snuck out a victory, but just to be in the Braemar Arena and be part of that experience and see the Tradition signs up in there and be part of that, it's pretty cool. So certainly for me, sponsoring the high school holiday tournament is great. But beyond that, also being the lead sponsor of the Edina Youth Hockey Association is a really big deal, with it being, really known as the largest and most successful, youth hockey association in the nation. To be a big supporter of that is really it's a special deal.
So now, what's you got a squad working out back here?
Yeah, this is the elite U15A Green Edina squad. One of the best youth girls hockey teams in the nation. Perennial powerhouse.
And you're the coach, you're part of it.
Years. Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to be involved with the U15 level for the last 6 years. I've had a chance to coach my 3 daughters, one of which has moved on to college. He's playing at Middlebury College out in Vermont, and then I have twin sophomore girls that are playing for the high school team this year. So it's been a special experience, but it's a great age, great coaches, despite them shooting pucks at me. It's a great level. You really get a chance to see some great players, and really the U15 team has become a feeder system for not only Edina varsity, but several of the private schools around. So just really a fun chance to get to coach some great kids.
I'm Callie Funk. I'm the program director for the Herb Brooks Foundation, and I've been with the foundation since January of 2017, so a little over a year and a half. I think that Herb Brooks would be very proud of the program. He always talked about building it from the ground up, and I think that's exactly what we're doing here. We're having youth participate, and they can start whenever they'd like, and we're not trying to make that pyramid, we're trying to just keep the base growing all the way up, and I think he'd really be proud of what we're doing here.
The Herb Brooks Foundation started the Rink Rep program over 10 years ago to give the kids a chance to play the game my dad loves so much. Our Rink Rep program is supposed to be fun. Gotta smile. Remember, it's just a game. Get out and exercise. Play all year round. Play on the ice, play in your driveway, play at school. We just hope that you love the game.
So we really try to emphasize the importance of Herb Brooks and the 1980 Miracle team within our program. Herb Brooks stood for a lot of different valuable life lessons, and so we really want to instill the importance of positivity, teamwork, and really coming together as a team in order to meet one common goal.
The Herb Brooks Foundation started the Rink Rat program over 10 years ago. We started it to really keep my dad's legacy alive with children. His philosophy always was to give the game back to the kids and learn to love the game the way he grew up playing, and that was with his buddies out on Lake Phelan, playing street hockey, just those pickup games. And we wanted to have that atmosphere built in for these young children instead of structured association hockey. We wanted to get the kids back playing. At the end of the Rink Rat session, we hope kids take away from the program, number one, friends. I hope they made friends and had fun. And we hope they have a true love for the game, the way that we love the game. We have had several kids go on to play association hockey from our inner city Rink Rat programs. We've educated parents on how to enroll their kids in association hockey. Some of them didn't even know there was such a thing.
So we currently are mostly involved in Minneapolis, and that's all areas of Minneapolis. We have a couple schools in North Minneapolis, South Minneapolis, Northeast, and in St. Paul. Last winter we were working out of Phelan, Harding, and the new Tria rink in St. Paul. So we really try to cover a broad area so that we can include as many kids as possible. So the best way I think to reach out and get involved would be to visit our website, herbrooksfoundation.com. You can find all of our information about the Rink Rats programs, any clinics we have in the spring or summer or fall. You can also find contact information for the foundation, as well as many different links to pictures, events such as the Sticks in Stillwater, the golf tournament, Let's Play Hockey Expo, and there's also a good following for our volunteer base as well.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Braemar Arena. We get the second period underway. Game tied at 1 between Blaine and Edina. This is played up the near side, then dumped down in deep by Annie Keel. Katie Davis having that brilliant goal to end the first period, scored with about 6 seconds to go, that tied the game up at 1. It comes loose out front. The Bengals will bring it back the other way into the neutral zone. With Fussy, Brio Fussy will dump this one down in deep, but it'll work its way behind the Edina net. Jungle will poke it up on the far side boards. It'll work its way back into the middle. There's a shot saved by Strip Matter. That works its way back out into the neutral zone. Into the offensive zone come the Hornets. A shot that's saved by Hansen. Picked up out front by Peyton Parent. But Edina able to force a turnover, sending it back the other way. Keel battling as the Bengals trying to clear. They will poke it back out into the neutral zone. As play is stopped with 16:02 to go in the second period. An offside call will result in a... We're going to push the face-off all the way down, and it's a penalty against Edina. My apologies, as Annie Keel will go to the penalty box. On the second power play for Blaine, they're 0 for 1. But with that, the upstart Bengals will have the opportunity to perhaps regain the lead here. The power play, though, sees the puck on the initial face-off poked all the way down into the Bengals zone. Edina will try to play it behind their net. Bengals will come out the other way. Setting it behind her own net is Thompson. Thompson has C.C. Bowlby trying to force a mistake as Thompson pushes it down to the near side. Into the offensive zone is Burnett. Smoke back down to the near side. The Bengals looking to set up. Shot saved by Strip Matter. We'll have a face-off with 15:25 to go in the period as Britton Fussy, who has the Bengals goal. Driving her way in on Strip Matter. The face-off pushed down into the corner. Hendrickson trying to clear for Edina, but the Bengals able to hold the zone momentarily. Now it is poked back out to neutral ice. The Bengals push it back down into their offensive zone. It'll work its way into the corner. Edina getting a clear here. 1:07 to go in the Bengal power play. Their second of the day. Setting it behind her own net. And poking it down to the near side. As the Bengals looking to break out through neutral ice. The offensive zone is Burnett. Burnett working her way around. Burnett, though, knocked off the puck before she could have a shot attempt as it's sent back out into the neutral zone. It's taken away by, as now penalty finally assessed against Blaine as Bowlby took that one away. It was all kinds of contact, and perhaps the penalty should have been assessed sooner. And taking the penalty for the Bengals will be Thompson. It'll be Parent, my apologies. So Ramsey Parent in the penalty box will give 4-on-4 for 41 seconds. As Katie Davis will take the face-off for Edina. It's poked back into the neutral zone. Hendrickson trying to track it down. The puck sent up onto the far side boards. As Edina sets up in the defensive zone, rather. Jungles with a shot that's saved by Hansen. We'll have another face-off in the Edina offensive zone. 22 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. 14:23 in the period. 1-1. Edina and Blaine tied. They're at Braemar Arena. Face-off still loose in the circle. Blaine eventually will come out with it. As it's getting tied up in the near side corner is Fussy. And she pushes it up ahead for Peyton Parent. And Parent will send this one all the way down in. And the icing call here, our 4-on-4, so we'll have an offensive zone face-off for the Hornets coming. 7 seconds left in the 4-on-4, my apologies, and the Hornets will go on the 5-on-4 power play for about 1:20. 14:08 to go in the period as Davis will take the face-off for Edina. Edina looking to control the face-off as Bowlby getting tied up on the far side boards. If he loses control of the puck, if he's able to kick it out, there's a shot. It's loose in front of Hansen, who's able to cover it up as Vivian Jungles from the near side circle. And to slide that one in with that little unpredictable pop shot. Face-off push back toward Hansen, who has to dive on it. Just a consequence of how that face-off went. It just took a couple bad bounces, and Hansen, though, able to glove it and hold on to it, and we'll have another face-off. Edina now on the power play, 1:10 to go. And the Jungles on the near side. Back up to Bowlby with a shot through the middle. It's loose in front of Hansen. Hansen was able to make the save as the puck eventually pushed behind the net. It's Keel. Get it run to Hendrickson. It's loose in front of Hansen, who's able to cover it up again just before Vivian Jungles could pounce on it. 53 seconds to go in the Hornet power play. 13:35 in the period. Keel will take the face-off for the Hornets. Edina controls as Davis kicks it back out to the point in front of the Edina bench. As Keel gets it back. He works his way down to the near side. Bowlby will kick it back out to the blue line. Gonna get it down to Davis down low. Davis will kick it back to Bowlby. Bowlby back to Davis. Davis thinking about playing it around. We're up with Hendrickson. Hendrickson, though, loses control of the puck, and the Bengals having it in their own zone with Lauren Drist. Drist getting tied up in the far side corner. 13 seconds to go in the Hornet power play. 12:52 in the period. Hornets come out with it. 8 seconds in the power play. Bowlby drives in the middle and sends a shot over the net. As Jungle sends it back down into the corner. Davis, power play over for the Hornets. Both teams back at full strength. As Hendrickson comes out with it. Backhand shot saved by Hansen. Bengals looking to clear, but not out. As Davis maintains possession. As Annie Keel comes in and whacks at it. It was a long shot through traffic. Hansen, though, able to find it with the glove, and another offensive zone faceoff coming for the Hornets. 12:22 to go in the second period. It's 1-1. Britton Fussy with the goal for the Bengals about midway through the first period, and then Katie Davis adding to her team lead for Edina. That goal coming with just 6 seconds to go in the first frame. The face-off pushed again back into Hansen, who will cover it up, and we'll have another face-off. And coming again to her left. $12:20 to go here in the second period. It's still loose in the circle. Trying to push it back the other way is Peyton Parent. Loose on the near side boards. Now send back out into the neutral zone as the Hornets push it back in deep. They reset and re-enter the zone. Parent with it for the Bengals. She pushes it down behind the net. Stumo on the near side now. And works its way back out into the neutral zone where the Hornets, though, will reset there. Hornets into the offensive zone is Keel. Keel with a shot high over the net. Or it was Roberts, my apologies. As Roberts drove in on the glove side and sent that shot over the net. The Bengals able to poke it back out into the neutral zone. And push down now into the Hornet zone where Maxwell back to pick it up and work its way around to the near side. Front of the penalty box area. Edina into the offensive zone. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Roberts trying to feed it up to Keel, but it was tipped away at the last moment. Edina, though, maintaining possession. Davis getting tied up in the corner. Keel will eventually come out with the loose puck as she's tied up on the far side boards. Kicking it down to the far side as this one tipped on the shot. It was partially blocked on the shot by Holly Olson. Way down to the end wall once again. Bengals looking to push it back the other way. As Olsen standing in the way of the on-charging Mojo Thompson. There's a shot that's saved by Strip Matter. And the Hornets back the other way into the offensive zone. Swain getting tied up by Parent in the far side corner. Buxton back the other way as it gets loose in front of Swain. It's Allie Hillman sent this one the other way for Blaine. It works its way back into the Edina zone. 10-17 to go second period. 1-1 tie game. It was a long shot that's saved by Stripmatter and held on to. As Blezzy came free, working her way into the slot, let one go. An offensive zone face-off for the Bengals coming. 10:09 to go here in the second period. Got the face-off play working its way behind the Hornet net. Its way around to the near side. The Bengals looking to reset in the neutral zone. This one dumped in deep by the Bengals. Getting by Jungles up on the far side boards. It's played into the neutral zone. Into the offensive zone is Lucy Bolby. Bolby getting it ahead for CC Bolby. Lucy Bolby getting the second chance shot. That was saved by Hansen as well. Its way around to CC Bolby on the near side, trying to center it for Lucy Bolby, but the Bengals able to poke it away. CC Bolby getting it back to Lucy, who sends it up into the netting. The Hornets doing a good job there of trying to really good offensive zone pressure for the Hornets on that sequence, and they'll have an offensive zone face-off as Lucy and CC Bolby working some magic together, but unfortunately the puck finding its way up into the netting. As Annie Keel will take the face-off for Edina. Still loose in the circle. Keel eventually able to poke it back out to the blue line, but the Bengals will take it away there. Into the offensive zone is Thompson. Thompson opposed, though, by Hendrickson. It comes down to the near side boards. Back down to the near side boards once again. As Thompson trying to work her way through neutral ice, gets her through nicely, and she'll end up with a shot that's blocked and sent wide. 8:43 to go second period. It's a 1-1 tie game between the Bengals and the Hornets. Very well played defensive game by both teams. Not a lot of scoring opportunities either way. Hornets into the offensive zone. It's Hendrickson trying to knock it down. Hendrickson works her way in and then loses control of the puck as she tried to drive her way in. Gwen Hendrickson trying to make a run toward the net, but just unfortunately lost the puck on the way there. As the Bengals able to clear it all the way down. 8:10 to go here in the second period. It's a 1-1 tie game as the Hornets dump it down in deep. It's racing to get down there first is Davis. Swain down there as well. Kicks back out to the point. As Maxwell pushes it in well wide. Works his way back up on the far side boards. There's Dahl battling there. The Bengals not quite able to clear. Edina maintaining the offensive zone possession. Here's Annie Keel on the far side. Kicks it back out to the point. The shot through traffic that's blocked out front. And the Bengals able to poke it back out to neutral ice. Edina resets. They dump it back in deep. Bengals controlling now in their own zone. With Lauren Drist, who'll try to send it all the way down. They'll go for an icing and an offensive zone faceoff for the Hornets coming. 7:18 to go in the second period. 1-1 tie game. Both goals coming in the first period. It was Britton Fussy for Blaine midway through the period, and then just 6 seconds to go in the first period. Katie Davis with her team leading 16th goal for the Hornets, making it a 1-1 tie heading into the first intermission. It's loose in the circle, kicks back out to the point. It's Maxwell. There's Bolby on the near side. Now she works her way up into the corner, kicks it back out in front of the bench. Bolby getting it back, gets it down to Maxwell. Maxwell shot through traffic, goes high over the net. It works its way back around to Bolby. Bolby getting it up high. Roberts trying to feed Jungles down low, but it was the pass just a little bit out of reach. as CC Bowlby catches up to it first, and we're starting to see these Edina players catching up to the pucks that they weren't really getting to that easily in the first period. Blaine was winning a lot of those puck battles and those races to the puck, and Edina winning more of those here in the second period as the Bengals bring it back out through neutral ice. And the offensive zone is Hannah Rerauer, who with the puck and covered up by Strittmatter, and will have a face-off coming with 6:30 to go in the second period. 1-1 tie game. Now the face-off controlled by the Bengals. It's Drist trying to send it around to the far side. It'll work its way down into the corner. Bengals maintaining possession. We're back up to the point. Drist able to hold it in. And as Roberts tried to knock the puck away from her, but the Bengals able to maintain the offensive zone. Its way around to the near side. And ahead for Roberts. Whether that's Hendrickson, my apologies. As Drist will play it back around to the far side. And slipping and sliding into the board. There's Annie Keel. Puck now down on the near side corner as Drist comes out with it for Blaine. Pushes it up toward the neutral zone. Into the offensive zone is Parent, who will send this shot wide. Jungle's up in the corner with it for Edina, trying to push it along the far side boards in front of the bench area. Edina able to force their way through as Annie Keel dumps it in, or Jane Keel, my apologies, dumps it in deep, and the Hornets change. The puck sent down to the near side by Blaine as Hendrickson plays it off the near side boards. Bengals setting up in their own zone. They played down to the near side. This one just out of the reach of Drist. As Hendrickson has it for Edina. Your way into the middle, and a save by Strittmatter. 4:50 to go now in the second period, rather. And Blaine starting to turn the tide a little bit back the other direction. There's a shot. They score! And the Bengals do retake the lead, just as we were having that discussion about the way that the momentum was moving. It'll be Britton Fussy with her second goal of the game, and it puts Blaine back on top, 2-1. Edina off the face-off, able to dump it all the way down in deep to the offensive zone. And we're back out to the point. It's a shot through traffic that's blocked in front of Hansen as Drist able to poke it up into the corner. Edina resets now in the neutral zone. 4:14 to go in the second period. Britton Fussy with her second goal of the game, putting the Blaine Bengals on top 2-1. We talked about the Hornets as they gain the offensive zone quickly. Here's a shot saved by Hansen. There was Tella Jungles driving in on the glove side. But it's his way back out into the neutral zone. Edina back into the offensive zone. And here way is Hendrickson. What a save by Hansen. She stuck the glove out to stop the puck and was able to get a glove on it. This play continuing in the Blaine zone. 3:26 to go in the second period. As Jungle's able to take that one away. Vivian Jungles into the offensive zone. Jungles on the drive and sends a shot high over the net. As Jane Keel sends it back around to the backside of the net. And Blaine able to clear it out, though. With Blezzy will dump this one all the way down for an icing and a face-off in the Edina's offensive zone. 2:59 to go in the second period. 2-1, Blaine with the lead. Britton Fussy with her second goal of the game a moment ago for the Bengals. A shot off the face-off, saved by Hansen. As it had worked its way out to Swain. Swain had a great shot, but a good save with the pad by the Blaine goaltender. 2:43 to go in the second period. 2-1 Blaine. Pushing this one up ahead for Brielle Fussy as her shot is saved by Strittmatter as it worked its way down into the corner. 2:20 to go now in the period. Now down on the near side. The shot through traffic, saved by Hansen. It was Davis who was looking for her second goal of the game. An awesome stick handling shown off to get that goal. Backhand shot just goes wide. Might have been saved by Hansen. We talked about Davis almost getting that second goal of the game there. Talk about her first goal with that amazing stick handling that she showed under 10 seconds to go in the first period that tied the game up at 1 at that point. 1:42 to go now in the second period. Blaine once again leading 2-1. They have a penalty coming against the Bengals here. That'll put Edina on their first power play with 1:39 to go in the second period. Marie Ramsey Parent taking her second penalty of the game. Edina, who had that abbreviated power play earlier, this will be their first full power play. Roberts on the near side. Roberts kicking it back up to Bolby, who shot through traffic. That'll be deflected well wide. Hendrickson will kick it back up to the far side boards. Keel driving her way in as she tried to get it down to Jungles, but the pass just a little bit too hard. Jungles might have had a chance at it if the pass was a little bit more on target. Shot through traffic, blocked. It's way behind the net. Hendrickson back up to Keel. Keel working her way in the middle, and that is a shot saved by Hansen once again. Edina pushing hard to get this game tied up on this power play. Had a couple of great looks already. 1:08 to go in the second period. 1:29 to go in the power play. As Keel will take the face-off for Edina. Getting booted from the face-off circle is Burnett. As Fussy slides in. Face-off loose in the circle. Fussy trying to push it ahead, and she will be able to clear it out through the neutral zone. Now Fussy racing all the way down to collect what she started. There's a shot saved by Strittmatter. Fussy looking for her third goal, perhaps. Under 50 seconds to go in the period. Edina back into the offensive zone. There's Jungles surveying, working her way around, gets it back into the slot. There's a shot through traffic again, saved by Hansen. And talk about the performance. Haley Hansen, just an 8th grader. Actually on the varsity team playing against the number 2 team in the Minnesota Hockey Hub girls polls. What a performance you can hang your hat on thus far with just the 1 goal allowed. It's the defending state champions. 28 seconds to go in the period. Edina still on the power play. Another 45 seconds to go. So when kicked back up high, there's Jungles. Jungles with a shot through traffic. That one will find its way to the end wall. So Bengals able to clear with 13 seconds to go in the period. 10 seconds now. Setting up behind their own net. Sending it down to the near side. Keel will just dump this one down in as the second period will come to an end. Another evenly played period, but the Bengals getting the big push at the end as Britton Fussey's second goal of the game puts the Bengals on top. And we'll go to the second intermission with the Bengals leading 2-1 here at Braemar Arena. Still 21 seconds of power play for the Hornets when we resume play. You're watching Edina Hornets girls hockey on mnhockey.tv.
Hockey continues right here on mnhockey.tv, along with Chad Schumacher. He's the owner of Tradition Wealth Management. I'm Pete Wagner, Between Periods. And Chad, I always enjoy these chats because you've got one heck of a juggernaut working here at Tradition Wealth Management. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Let's talk a little bit about who is Tradition Wealth Management, what you guys do, and give me a little bit of a history lesson on how all this started for you.
Great, thanks, Pete. Yeah, we've been around since 2003. One of my best friends who was in the business, Jake Annebeck, they own Tradition Companies. We played against each other. We were in high school. They were looking to branch out and get another avenue company going, and we got together, and Tradition Wealth Management's been here since 2003.
It's amazing. You guys locked horns in high school, and you still are, aren't you? With the little Lakeville South, Lakeville North action.
Correct, yeah. There is only one part of Lakeville, right? So.
Sorry. I was say who's winning the battle. I guess I don't need to go there.
Yeah,
so as far as your office is concerned, is there future growth? I mean, how many employees do you have, and where are you guys located?
Yeah, right now we have offices here in Edina, Woodbury, downtown St. Paul, and we recently opened up North Oaks, and Wayzata will be opening up in February. So we have 20 people now. We're probably going to go to 25 to maybe 30 over the next 5 years.
Look at you going to Wayzata Street, as I like to call it. Yeah. Wow, very impressive. The cash center of the West Metro. What makes Tradition Wealth Management unique, Chad?
Well, I'd say certainly our people. I mean, I got the best staff. Everybody says that, but everybody's been here, for almost 20 years. It's, being specialized in there. We really specialize that each different person has their own plan, and everybody goes through a plan. So we try to separate it. We've kind of created a private family office for people that don't need a private family office and take care of all public securities. Most of our clients have been here, 10 plus years, if not, since we've been in the business. So we feel very fortunate. And now we recently opened up our sports management division for some of the athletes that we're working for. And so, we really want to make sure we can help all those people stay on the right path as well.
So as far as the type of personnel that you have here, you touched on that a little bit earlier there. What makes them unique? What do you look for in the people that you bring in here?
Well, obviously they're going to have a passion. We don't want it just to be just a job. People pay us a lot of money to make sure that their money's in good hands, that the service is impeccable, that we do nothing but have a positive attention to their accounts. We realize we're going to have ups and downs all the time, but as long as we stay consistent, we're going to tend to keep people for a long time at our firm.
Yeah, I think you guys have a unique way of reaching out. One of the things Scott Boyning said from the bank side of things, it's really big time word of mouth. And if you take care of your people, that's what happens. I'm sure that's part of what your strategy too as well is. But what else have you guys done? Can you talk on your network a little bit and how you've built that out?
Yeah, well, over the years, obviously it's a small community. Whether it's hockey or a lot of people know everybody in there. You can have a reputation for 25 years and lose it in one day. So you always got to be on top of your game. We practice what we preach. We're in the community all the time. I'm on the board of Hope Kids, which is a local charity for kids who have life-threatening illnesses. We have Tradition Pass It On. We're always out there trying to help give back.
And by giving back, so many people have benefited from that. And, I know it's from those exercises that not only myself, but others are now aware of your great company.
Yeah, no, it's been very fortunate. We're blessed to have good people, not only here at Tradition Wealth Management, but all the other brands that are out there. So, a lot of the networking is just done intercompanies with our clients, and they know that they're going to get top-notch attention. And so, naturally, it's a good fit for them to be introduced to us. And it's been a very blessed place to work.
So you have a lot of growth that's going on. You're obviously opening another office out in Wayzata. How much have you seen your world here grow as far as maybe the past year or so? As obviously things are humming along pretty well. How have you guys been impacted that way?
Yeah, we're having a record year as far as the people that we're working with. There's a lot of volatility in the market. There's a lot of people selling companies. There's a lot of money in motion So, we have various things that we run into all the time. There's always enough to stay busy. And we're trying to get to $1 billion here in the next couple of years. So we have a little bit ways to go here in the next couple of years, but with I think some of these new places that we're opening up, there's plenty of people that we can help, and I know that a lot of people need the help.
Finally, how do I get a hold of you at Tradition Wealth Management?
You can call our main office line, which is 952-563-6500, and they can get a hold of you. Our website is www.traditionwealth.com, and my individual email address is chads@traditionwealth.com.
I have to say that through personal experience, this is a great organization to work with. It's very personalized. It's worth it. Give it a call. Why not? You're already on the air with us during the hockey games. Make it even better. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Pete. Appreciate it.
Once again, that's Chad Schumacher. He's the owner of Tradition Wealth Management. We'll have more action coming up for you right after this. Securities offered through Pro Equities, Inc., a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Tradition Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Tradition Wealth Management, LLC is independent of Pro Equities, Inc.
Like you didn't have time to work out? Do you have a hard time believing you could really get in shape, lose weight, or stick with exercise? As a busy person, does it all just sound too complicated? We've worked with thousands of people who've had those same concerns. People who have a real desire to take care of their bodies, but have trouble moving from intentions to real results. Based on 20 years of development and cutting-edge science, we have created a breakthrough and totally data-driven exercise program that can fit into anyone's schedule. It's all about quality over quantity. In just 20 minutes twice a week with one of our certified coaches, you can finally enjoy strength and experience success. Most traditional workouts fail to deliver the results people desire because they aren't designed with individuals in mind. Our Smart 20 workout measures your unique makeup, and our trainers are there to make sure you get a workout that's designed perfectly for you. Never before has there been a combination of strength and conditioning put together in such a safe and efficient manner that's totally accessible to everyone regardless of their current fitness level. Thousands of people have seen the results and shared their stories, but don't just take our word for it. Don't take the word of our thousands of success stories. Come in and try it for yourself. We believe so passionately in how we can help you that we are offering you the chance to get a free trial of our Smart 20 training sessions with one of our knowledgeable coaches. There is absolutely no commitment on your end. Plus, we'll answer all of your questions about how to meet your health, weight loss, and fitness objectives. What have you got to lose? Come in for your free personal Smart 20 sessions. Register for your free sessions by signing up at exercisecoach.com.
Welcome back to Braemar Arena as we get set to start the third period of play. 2-1 Blaine with the lead. CC Bowlby controlling the face-off for Edina. Again, John Sands, Sidney Henches along with me here. Patrick Lilia on the play-by-play this afternoon. Power play running out for Edina. 5 seconds to go. Get back out to Bowlby near the blue line. He's blocked through the middle. Blaine with speed back the other direction. It's coming out of the box and taking a shot. Saved by Strittmatter. It's Kayla Blezzy who came roaring out of the box. Probably it's kind of tough to see some of the numbers on these Blaine sweaters, the way that the color scheme and the way that they're kind of tucked in. And so my apologies for that, but that was Blezzy who came out of the box. I think they might have had Parent, the one who took the penalty on the scoreboard. That was Blezzy who came roaring down into the offensive zone. Here's Roberts for Edina. Getting it down to Hendrickson. She scores! Lily Hendrickson ties it at 2. Edina, who had some good looks on that power play, and Strittmatter able to stand tall on that 2-on-1 just a moment ago. It pays off as Lily Hendrickson has tied it up at 2 on the one-time blast. 16:19 to go in regulation. It's a 2-2 tie game. Edina controlling the face-off. Vivian Jungles trying to work her way around Natalie Danielson. And work her way down into the Edina offensive zone once again. We have Lucy Bowlby and Kylie Roberts getting the assists on the Hendrickson goal. Driving her way into the middle and then trying to go to the backhand from her knees, but coming up a little bit empty is Hendrickson, who had the tying goal just a moment ago. Backhand shot saved by Hansen. It kicks its way back into the corner. 15:35 to go in the period. 2-2 tie game. Works his way back around behind the net. Goes back to Hendrickson. Hendrickson's shot was tipped wide. Going to feed it down toward Vivian Jungles, or Telejungles rather. And the play stopped here. 15:04 to go in the period. An offensive zone face-off for the Hornets coming. As Annie Keel will take it for Edina. Kicks back out front. Swain with a shot saved by Hansen. Pretty much everything you could ask for on that face-off as Olivia Swain got a great shot right in front of the goaltender. Another offensive zone face-off for Edina. It's Caitlin Ron looking to send it back the other way for Blaine. Edina has turned up the offensive pressure quite a bit here so far in the third period. 14:45 to go, but here come the Bengals back into the offensive zone. There's a shot, they score! Brielle Fussy this time. So Fussies have accounted for all 3 Blaine goals, and the Bengals are back on top with 14:41 to go in regulation. Britton had a goal in the first and the second, and now Brielle with a goal here in the third. The Bengals retake the lead, 3-2. It's Vivian Jungles kicking it back up to Olsen. Bowley with a shot that's blocked. It's Hansen out of the net, and she'll find it and cover it up with 14:23 to go. Offensive zone faceoff coming for the Hornets. Bowlby will take the offensive zone face-off for Edina. We're back out into the neutral zone. Here come the Bengals once again with speed. There's a shot saved by Strittmatter. Rebound controlled by Lucy Bowlby. It was Danny Brunette who drove in for that shot. Back the other direction. Edina able to hold the offensive zone. They score! It was loose out in front of Hansen. We'll have to see who finished it off. But this game is tied once again. There was CC Bowlby who's got that backhand shot past Hansen, and this game is tied at 3 with 13:58 to go in regulation. Got the face-off. Edina controls. Jungle's getting it back up toward Olsen. Ollie Olsen getting it into the middle. It'll work its way back out into the neutral zone. He's trying to get it out toward Lucy Bowlby, but Bowlby couldn't quite catch up to it. It's able to be held in by Olsen at the blue line. The Bengals able to push it back down into the Hornet zone. Played off the near side boards. Jungle sends it up toward Hendrickson. Hendrickson, though, trying to slow it down. Hendrickson able, though, to recover and send it in deep. Hendrickson able to catch up with it in the near side corner. Back up to the point. Lily Hendrickson getting to Gwen Hendrickson. It's loose out front. Going to the backhand, and it's sent down into the corner. 13 minutes to go in regulation. 3-3 tie game. As Dahl worked her way into the middle. Penalty coming, or rather no. Thought I saw the official's hand go up, but I did not. My apologies there as it works its way back into the Edina zone. As Jane Keel ends up with it, she'll work her way up the near side boards. And Blaine, though, right back with it. And the Bengals back in the offensive zone. With a shot saved by Strittmatter. It trickles its way down into the corner. Bengals able to hold the zone. On the far side boards. As Keel able to not quite clear it out. It was blocked on the clear attempt. Now it is sent out all the way. We'll have an icing call against the Hornets. And an offensive zone face-off for Blaine with 12:07 to go in regulation. Already a wild third period thus far. With 3 combined goals, Edina tied it at 2. Blaine went back ahead, 3-2. Now we are tied at 3. With 12:07 to go in regulation. Blaine controls the offensive zone face-off. Back out to the blue line, a shot through the middle. He deflected in front of the goaltender. In the offensive zone is Annie Keel. Keel trying to drive toward the net. As Hansen able to hold it with the glove, and we'll have a face-off in the Edina offensive zone. 11:48 to go here in the final period. Blaine hanging tough here with the number 2 Hornets. It was 1-1 after one period, 2-1 Blaine after the second. Now 3-3 here in the third. 11:48 still to go in regulation. Blaine controlling the face-off, driving it right back down into the offensive zone. As Brielle Fussy sent this one up into the corner. Jungle's with it behind her net as she gets knocked off the puck. Annie Keel on the near side. She'll work her way into the neutral zone. She's got Davis with her. Keel. She'll get pushed down into the corner. And a good job by Blaine to not let her make that drive toward the net. 11:15 to go now in regulation. Will be played back around the Bengal net. Edina takes it away, though. Back out to Olsen. Olsen will take a shot that'll go wide. 11 minutes to go in regulation. The Bengals carrying it around their net. getting loose out front as they kick it back out to Bowlby, who will take a shot. It's sent back under the neutral zone. And it was Olsen, my apologies, not Bowlby. As Maxwell gets it to Bowlby, who'll take a shot, saved by Hansen, who will hold on. Edina trying to get their first lead of the game. They've trailed 1-0, 2-1, and 3-2, but have answered every time. We'll redo the offensive zone face-off. Bowlby able to get it to Maxwell. Maxwell will play it around in front of the net, and it's saved by Hansen. As Bowlby came free on the stick side. Another offensive zone face-off for the Hornets. 10:23 to go in regulation. Maxwell controlling the face-off. Play it behind the net as Hansen gloves it again. 10:17 to go in regulation. We talked about the Hornets schedule earlier. Face-off still loose in the circle, now pushed up into the corner where the Bengals control it. Trying to push it ahead. Still on the far side boards, the battle continuing as Lucy Bowlby, a CC Bowlby, comes out with it. They got it down to Hendrickson on the near side. Bring it toward the net, that's blocked. In the far side corner. And able to hold the offensive zone. Getting it back out to Hendrickson. Hendrickson, who has one of the goals here in the third period. Maxwell with a shot that might have gotten through to Hansen. Maxwell back up high. Shot, they score! The redirect by CC Bowlby gives Edina their first lead with 9:34 to play. The 4-3 Hornets take the lead for the first time. It's still 9:34 to play. And CC Bowlby able to redirect that one on that second shot attempt. As Maxwell and Tella Jungles get the assists on the Bowlby goal. With the Hornets ahead 4-3. 9:08 to play in regulation. It's play back in the Edina zone. Along the near side boards. Poke back out toward the neutral zone. Roberts comes out with it. Oh, almost able to work her way around with that great stick move, but lost control of the puck. It's Hendrickson driving in. She slipped and fell, lost control of the puck. It's still loose in front of Hansen. But to the backhand, Hansen is down. Play is still live and now is declared dead as Hansen able to cover that one up. 8:44 to go in regulation. Offensive zone face-off coming for the Hornets. It took the Hornets 2.5 periods, so they seem to have found that offensive groove a little bit. That 1-goal lead now, but the opportunistic Bengals hanging around, and we've seen a few chances that they've had at Strittmatter with 2-on-1 rushes and cashed in on a couple of those here in the period as well. This game far from over. As Hansen able to knock that shot down, Edina, though, able to control the rebound. The Bengals trying to come out of the scrum with the puck. Still in the Edina offensive zone. It gets to Swaim. Swaim will send a shot that's covered up by Hansen. With 8:13 to go in regulation. Off the face-off. Listening to an announcement about the boys game coming up later on. It's an announcement that one ticket is not going to get you into both games, so that with the Pete and Bart will be here later on, though, when the Hornets take on St. Louis Park this evening. A doubleheader here at Braemar Arena. We'll have that game here on MNHockey.tv with the voice of Minnesota hockey, Pete Wagner. 11.5 minutes to go here in the final period. Another offensive zone faceoff coming for Edina. Bowlby off the faceoff, still loose in the circle. Now we are 7.5 minutes to go. 4-3, the Hornets with their first lead of the game. CC Bowlby getting that goal. And put the Hornets on top for the first time. Trailed 1-0, 2-1, and then 3-2, but now they've scored 2 goals in a row here in the third to take that lead at 4-3. It's way down to the near side corner in the Edina zone. Bowlby trying to poke it up ahead for Jungles. And Lucy Bowlby trying to work her way around. That'll cost somebody a stick, but able to pick it right back up. Play moves behind the Edina net. Rather, the Blaine net, my apologies. Played off the near side boards. As Vivian Jungles pokes it up toward Lucy Bowlby. Work its way around the... Now it comes loose out front. Now it's poked up into the corner. And we'll have a stoppage of play here. 6:36 to go in the final period. Penalty coming here against Blaine. So that'll put Edina on the power play. Peyton Parent. So Edina with a great opportunity to get a big insurance goal and take a multi-goal advantage for the first time in the game, perhaps. That's Jungles on her way on the far side circle, getting it to Bowlby. Bowlby kicking it down to the near side. So Parent taking that cross-checking penalty. 6:20 now to go in regulation. Minute 42 in the power play. Hornets 0 for 2 on the power play. As Jungles trying to work her way into the middle. Bowlby will come out with it, though. Bowlby with a shot that'll go off the... The goaltender might have made the save with the pad. With that thudding noise all the way up here. We're under 6 minutes to play. 1:17 to go in the final period. Edina controlling in the near side circle. CC Bowlby trying to work her way in, and she has that puck poked away as she tried to drive toward the net. Some good offensive power play pressure, though, applied. As the Bengals able to get the clear. Now they will try to take it away in their offensive zone, but they won't have it for long. As here's Annie Keel bringing it up the near side boards. 5:18 to go in regulation. 40 seconds in the power play. CC Bowlby in the circle. Well, the penalty coming here against Edina to end the power play. Annie Keel will head to the penalty box. It'll be 4-on-4 for the next 34 seconds. And to get the announcement about that. 5:09 in regulation, so minute 26 of power play time perhaps for the Bengals coming if they can get through the 4-on-4. Just a 1-goal deficit. Well, still a lot of game to be played. These Bengals hanging tough against the number 2 Hornets here at Braemar this afternoon. So we hit the 5-minute mark left to go here in the third period. 4-on-4 for another 17 seconds. Bengals in the offensive zone with a shot that'll be saved by Sturtmatter. Check it down to the near side into the corner. It'll work its way back to the blue line. She scores! Lauren Drist ties it at 4 on the 4-on-4. So now if you're the Bengals, you've tied it up and you haven't even gone on the power play yet. 4:39 to go in regulation. Drist from the near side circle will tie it up at 4, and now the Bengals, like we said, they tied it up during the 4-on-4. Now they have a minute and a plus of power play time. As Hansen holding on to that one as Edina rather short-handed, able to get some pressure on Hansen. 4:28 to go in the final period, 4-4. And the Bengals just not going away this afternoon, giving the Hornets a lot of trouble. Great game played by both teams this afternoon here at Braemar Arena. It's a lot of fun to watch how this one has unfolded, all the twists and turns. As the Hornets faithful wanting a penalty, but they won't get one. And Keel in the box for Edina. A minute to go in the Blaine power play. About to go under 4 minutes to go in regulation. 4-4 tie game. Blaine having some trouble setting up from this power play advantage. This one taken away by CC Bowlby in the neutral zone. Bowlby short-handed, trying to work her way around the net. She'll gain it down to the near side corner. Taking it back out to the point in the neutral zone as Hendrickson will dump it down in deep. Work its way around the net. 25 seconds to go in the power play for the Bengals. 3.5 minutes in the game. The Bengals into the offensive zone. There's a shot that's deflected wide. It was Thompson who let that one go. Power play about to expire for Blaine. Edina about to be back at full strength. 3:08 to go in regulation. 5-on-5 once again. As Vivian Jungles drives into the offensive zone. She works toward the net as she tried to feed, sliding in on the backside, but the puck worked its way all the way down. 2:50 to go now in regulation as play is stopped. 4-4 tie game. As Lauren Drist for Blaine just a moment ago during the 4-on-4. Ripped from the near side circle and beat Strittmatter to tie it up at 4. Now Blaine taking a big penalty here. That's Peyton Parent once again. We're going to have a timeout taken. I believe that's the Bengals who took it. We're going to take a quick timeout as well. You're watching Edina Girls Hockey on MN.TV. Got a thriller here at Braemar Arena this afternoon. 2:50 to go in regulation. 4-4. Blaine and Edina tied. The Hornets about to head on the power play. 2:50 to go in regulation. Hornets, who have only led once in this game, will find themselves in another deadlock. As Bowlby back up to Jungles. Right to center, and it comes down to the near side, and Annie Keel just couldn't get much on it. Let the Hornets maintain possession. It's loose on the near side in front of the goaltender Hansen, who will be poked down into the corner. 2:30 to go in regulation. Bowlby with a long shot. Hansen able to find it with the glove. An offensive zone face-off for the Hornets. 2:24 in regulation. 1:35 in the Hornet power play. As Peyton Parent for roughing a moment ago. So a big possibility for the Hornets here to win this one in regulation, perhaps. Try to feed Bowlby sneaking in on the far side, whether with Roberts or was Bowlby with it. And the stick move drawing some oohs and ahs from the crowd as we're under 2 minutes to go. It's Keel. Keel with a shot through traffic that'll go wide off the end wall. Trickles back up on the far side boards. Minute 42 in regulation. 50 seconds in the Edina power play. Bowlby getting it up to the far side. Keel into the offensive zone. Keel, though, couldn't work her way around the defender, but she was able to maintain possession of the puck. Keel driving her way in, trying to set something up on the backside, but Blaine able to poke it back out into the neutral zone. Into the offensive zone, shorthanded, they score! Mojo Thompson with a go-ahead shorthanded goal with 1:11 to play. My goodness. And you thought you had seen everything in this game, and then one more thing happens. Still 22 seconds to go in the power play for Edina. As Lucy Bowlby will take the face-off. 5-4, Blaine with the lead. Edina drives it back down into the offensive zone. Edina about to go back to, it's about to be 5-on-5 once again as Strittmatter still in the net. 45 seconds to go in regulation. That shorthanded goal just a moment ago. 30 seconds to go in the period. And 20 seconds to go. Strittmatter still in the net, and there she goes. 15 seconds to go. Extra attacker on for the Hornets. 10 seconds remaining. Puck up in the corner. Comes loose out in front as Hansen able to find it with 3.1 seconds remaining. So if Edina can win the face-off, they could possibly get a clean look at the net depending on how, I guess as they say, just how the puck bounces. Face-off will be to the left of Hansen. Edina opting to keep that timeout in their pocket. Got the face-off controlled by Blaine, and that'll do it. The Bengals come into Braemar Arena, and they upset the number 2 Hornets. 5-4. The go-ahead shorthanded goal by Ramsey Parent with 1:11 to go in regulation. The difference this afternoon. Wild third period that saw several goals. Edina went ahead 4-3. But the Bengals just would not go away. The opportunistic tendencies shown by Blaine, just something that Edina was unable to overcome this afternoon. So for Sydney Henches and John Sands, this has been Patrick Lilia. Glad they could join us for this thrilling game this afternoon from Braemar Arena. Unfortunately for the Hornets, they fall 5-4 to Blaine this afternoon. Catch you later from an arena near you. You've been watching MNHockeyTV.com's coverage of Edina girls hockey.